Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Smart Family Living, the show that unpacks how technology is reshaping the way we live, the way we love, the way we lead our families in this smart age. I am Miracle Obi and I'm super excited about today's episode. Trust me, I am. And technology is becoming part of parenting journey, from how we sleep, sleep tracking to homework helpers, and digital reminders. But how we balance the helpful from the harmful. Let's break it down. Now, we'll learn how to work smarter and not harder, and embrace AI as an ally in parenting, not a replacement. This would lead us into our Do You Know Tech highlights for the week. Now, today's week highlights, it's amazing, it's interesting. I was going through it, I was like, oh my God. But I'm happy people are watching and you are watching, so you get to know certain tech highlights for the week. On our list, we have enhance. On our week, we have AI sleep monitors for babies. Yes, you heard that. AI sleep monitors for babies. Now, it's an AI sleep monitor that enhances safety. It accurately tracks baby's sleeping pattern. Imagine where you have a device that will track how your baby sleeps, the pattern, baby's movement, and vital signs, ensuring parents are alerted to potential users. Now, also on these AI sleep monitors, it also provides tailored recommendations for improving baby's sleep quality and duration. Your baby is sleeping, you know how long your baby has slept, you can track all of that. You don't need to sleep and all right, this just happened to me anyways, and you're awake, you're like, okay, have I been sleeping for 2 hours, have I been sleeping for too long? But then you have a device that would help monitor that, and also it offers peace of mind. It offers real-time monitoring and alerts, giving parents confidence in their baby's well-being. Routine managers app like apps you can check on the internet. Yeah, it gives you peace of mind. You are not with your baby in the courts, but yet you can see everything that is happening and know everything that is happening in the courts. Now, on our list, the second is the routine manager. Yes, we have the routine manager app. Now, this app, one, it helps streamline organizations. It helps manage daily schedules, tasks, reminders for individuals and families. It's also customizable in the sense that it allows users to create personalized routine and adapt to changing needs. It also increases productivity. It enables users to prioritize tasks, you set goals, and track your progress. And we have the last on our list, and I think this is where we'll draw a topic from. This last highlight is the AI homework assistant, like the Google Learns and others you can see on the net. Now, it's empower learning through guided answers and explanations. Now, this app would actually intelligently support your child, support you. It offers step-by-step guidance and explanation for complex problems. Your child comes home and the child has a homework, and it's not like we will not be there as parents to help these children with their assignments, but then we have something to also further teach and help them, and obviously improve their grades. It also help in personalized learning. Now it adapts to individual learning, individual styles and pace, providing tailored resources and feedback. And finally, it improves understanding. I would always say, and this is where we draw the line. Okay, I'm trying to to digress into our topic, but I will try to stick to this, to the highlights. So it helps students grasp difficult concepts, build confidence, and develop problem-solving skills. And now these are not just fancy tools, you know. They are actually time savers and stress relievers for modern parents. Today we are diving into a very intriguing topic. I told you about the topic last week, and I'm glad you're with us this week. And the topic is, okay, I shouldn't smile too much, AI in parenting. With the powerful 3 Ps, we have practical, powerful, or problematic. From smart baby monitors to learning assistants and even robot nannies, AI is creeping into our homes. But should we trust it to help raise our children? Let's find out together. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this short break. Please stay with us. All right, welcome back from that short break, and I'm excited that you stayed through with us. Okay, so I just announced the topic for today, but chill, I know you really want to hear the topic again. To start off from here, it's just a few ways AI is already influencing parenting today, from sleep tracking cribs to chatbots that helps kids plan meals. Now check this out. There's going to be a visual insert. How you would see the use of AI in our homes, the use of AI in the family. All right, so joining us, we have an amazing guest today. And joining us to break this all down is no other person but Mr. Johnson.
Hi, thank you.
Mr. Johnson, it's nice to have you in the studio this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
All right, so let's tell our viewers a little bit about you. Mr. Johnson is an educator, teacher, trainer, an inclusive learning advocate with over a decade of experience transforming how children learn and how educators teach. He is the founder and CEO of the Network of Exceptional Tutors, an education initiative that has impacted over 7,000 learners across Nigeria, the UK, US, and Canada through personalized tutoring, behavioral support, and special needs education. With a strong focus on neurodiverse learners, Johnson designed learner-centered interventions that help children with autism, ADHD, and other learning challenges build confidence, emotion, resilience, and essential life skills. He also leads teachers' development programs that promote inclusive, tech-driven teaching and educational leadership. He's the founder of Send Me to School, a grassroots initiative that provides access to education for out-of-school children in underserved communities. And as a speaker and facilitator, Mr. Johnson shares practical insights on inclusive education, early intervention, and the role of technology in raising confident, value-driven learners. Welcome to Smart Family Living.
Thank you so much for having me again. I must say you're doing an amazing work here, and it's truly an honor to be here.
All right, so thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah.
And our topic for today is AI parenting. Powerful, impactful,
Yeah.
or problematic? Can you just give us a brief, summary of what AI parenting is all about? We've been hearing a lot about AI parenting.
Yeah.
AI is everywhere.
Yeah.
So can you let us know what AI parenting actually entails?
Thank you. Thank you once again, really. In this digital age, you would agree with me that AI is literally taking over. We're seeing people really depending on AI tools. And when we talk about AI parenting, we are talking about how parents can leverage AI tools to better parent their children, right? Leverage AI tools to reduce stress, to reduce burnout, and then to make their parenting journey easier, right? So AI parenting basically is just all about you leveraging AI tools that are available to structure your parenting journey and then have you raise children who are holistic and who are vast.
Amazing. So let's keep breaking it down gradually.
Yeah.
So what are the most practical AI tools you've seen or used in parenting today?
Well, as an educator, right, I have had the honor of being a part of many parenting journey, right, with lots of parents, right, and I've seen firsthand how some of the tools we are using is helping to shape the parenting journey. I wouldn't want to outline some of the tools now, but then we use quite a number of tools,
Okay.
to structure routines for our learners to help them learn better, right? To develop assessments, worksheets. As an educator, basically, this is one of the age where we see AI, helping to ease our work, both as an educator and as parents, right? So basically, just AI tools has been quite useful, helping us to reduce, to make learning easier and faster, basically.
But do you really believe that AI can truly support emotional and developmental need for children? Do you really believe that it can actually support such?
Um, I'm a big fan of balance.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of balance, and if you followed me closely, I've always been drawing my parents' attention to some of the cons, of over dependence on these tools, right? So AI, one of the gaps that AI has is that gap in supporting emotional intelligence of children, right? AI can help children to learn. AI can help children to do a number of things, but I don't think particularly that AI is as developed enough, maybe in future, but at the moment, children are not able to learn emotions from AI, right? Yeah. Let me just keep this short and simple, but then there's so much to say around this.
All right. So I spoke to a few people out there,
Yeah.
and it was more of would you dive into AI parenting, or you'd want to go the normal, in quotes, way of parenting? Because many people feel like, well, AI is about to take over my child
Okay.
or my children.
Okay.
And I really do not want such to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't want to introduce them to AI. I don't want to use AI to train them or to parent. I just want to just keep it simple, keep it low so they don't really get so attached to it, and I don't end up training dull children. So what do you have to say about that?
Thank you again. Right. First off, AI, if parents are knowledgeable enough, AI will not take your children from you. We're having a webinar just last month, and we're having this discussion that should children learn to leverage AI now, or is it too soon? That was the discussion we're having, and part of the things we strongly mentioned there was that AI is here to stay, right? AI is here to stay. And we are here to now decide whether we would make our children stay in the forefront of this technological driven age, or would allow our children to be lagging behind, right? So AI is here to stay. AI will not take your children from you.
Really leverage on this and how they can optimize this Is there a pattern? Is there a structure? Is there something they should look out for? Should they have like a timetable? Should they have like a timer? Should they have what exactly to help them structure their parenting journey?
Yes. This is my field, and the goal of AI, if we understand the goal behind AI too, if we understand one of the benefits of AI, we would understand clearly that AI would help us to save time.
Okay.
So the moment you understand that AI helps to save time, now the next thing you want to do is now to structure and maximize the time that has been made. What do you do with your AI to structure, create routines? Routines that would help you to plan activities with your child. Routines that will help you to help your child learn better. AI is amazing at helping children learn, right? It can help your child to break down mathematical concepts into simpler bits in the best way possible, right? But then while that is saving you time, your goal now is now to maximize the time that has been made for you, right? Maximize the time that has been made for you. Spend more time with your children. Structure the design a calendar. Okay, my child is learning coding from this time to this time. My child is going outdoors between this time. Now, children are not now overly on their screens. Okay, they are now able to go out there, spend time with their friends, learn emotions, real emotions that AI cannot give them. So if you're able to structure and instruct the tools, right, to give you clearly defined, this is how much time I want my child to spend on screens. For instance, children between the age of 0 to 2 are not meant to be on screens at all, right?
Mr. Johnson. That is what I heard. The WHO has also said the same thing. Children from the age of 0 to 2. But really, is that possible? Can you actually, you have, okay, I'm a mother.
Okay.
And you are a father. Can you actually, or did you actually take screen time off your children completely from age 0 to 2? Is that actually possible?
I know there's going to be a problem when I come here today, so I was actually preparing for you.
Is that actually possible?
It is. I think our viewers, I'm not tearing down these technological tools. They are amazing. I use them a lot.
Okay.
And there are tons of these tools that I recommend highly. Parents need to go out there, scheduling tools for children, tools that help neurodiverse learners. I work with children with autism, ADHD, and all of these things, and I see how AI tools has been very beneficial. But then there are cons to these things, right? I've met children. This is actually my view.
We've read your bio.
Yeah, so I've seen children who literally develop these conditions because of over dependence or early exposure to screen. So we want to now ensure that early exposure to screen is minimized. Not that children should not be exposed to these tools, not that children should not be trained, but then early exposure and all of those things should be.
Okay, now I'm hearing something different.
Okay.
I'm hearing early exposure.
Yeah.
So it's not like you would completely deny a child screen time. But the truth is, we're Africans.
Yeah.
Right? And then there are times where, let me pick a mother as a case study.
Yeah.
Now, there are times where a mother could get really busy.
Yeah.
You have things to do. You have work. Probably you're in the kitchen preparing something sumptuous for the family. And your child is crawling everywhere.
Don't make me do this.
Your child is crawling everywhere, scattering things, and probably destroying some. And also coming into the kitchen, and the kitchen is not completely a safe place for a child, especially a child who is crawling to be. Now, it's somehow in our nature to give the child screen, to keep the child busy. So in doing that, are you trying to say we are actually harming these kids? Because obviously a child who is crawling, depends on children grow in different ways. But we know from 5 months to 9 months, you can have children or a child crawl. So within that age, do you think we're actually destroying the future of this child? Because we gave the child screen in order to do other things. Please let us know.
Okay. I want to say this again, right? It starts with the structure in the home, right? Children, if you
And as you're explaining, I want you to be as real as possible.
very real, very
Exactly.
real, very real. So it has to do with structure, right?
Okay.
It has to do with structure. It has to do with a lot with routines, you know. So when your AI tools helping you to design routine, one of the concerns we want to understand first, right, is that what exactly is my child doing when they are on these social media platforms, or when they are using the screen, when they are on these platforms. Now, there are lots of programs, fast-moving programs designed specifically for children, and I really don't want to go here, but then you're pushing me. So we want to now design a structure. The goal is not to totally eliminate. Children should learn to code early. Children should learn to use these tools early. But then you can now begin to introduce your children to tools like to physical objects like Legos, like puzzles, right? Like
Uniblocks.
color, yes, like coloring tools, things that will allow them to express themselves better. Do you understand? So I think while AI is very good, I think the balance must just be created. Basically, I wouldn't want to overflog this because if we as parents are not able to understand the advantages, if we understand the advantages of these tools, we would know exactly how to leverage it. When you have a structured routine, what does my child do in the morning? You understand? These are the activities I'm exposing my child to in the morning, and then at this period of time, I'm taking my child for a walk in the park. You know, all of those things. That balance must be created. But then AI cannot be totally eroded.
Mr. Johnson,
Yeah.
in a situation like our country
Okay.
where you have to work, you have to go to the office, you're busy, probably a 9 to 5 father, 9 to 5 mother, and you really do not have time to daily go to the park with your kids and do all of these things. Let's just be very sincere to ourselves. At this point, what should a parent do regarding this same screen time we're talking about? Because there are times where you will get busy. I'm not speaking for everyone, but I'm trying to looking at statistics,
Yeah.
right? There are times where you just get really, really busy,
Absolutely.
and one of the things to just keep your child in a position, I was going to say sane. You just want to keep your child in a place, and you ensure that, okay, my child is doing this, is watching so video, probably some nursery rhymes and all of that. Does that actually mean, you've not answered the question, that's why I'm bringing it back
Okay.
to you. Does that actually mean we are tampering with the future of these children because of this and the circumstances we have found ourselves in?
So let me be blunt.
Thank you.
Let me be blunt. I had a conversation with a parent whose child was neurotypical, right?
Okay.
And we were having the conversation. What actually happened was that at age 2, right, busy parents like this left the child right in front of screens for a very long time. You know, this is not the first parent I'm having these conversations with. I've had conversations with number of parents, and you see that the turning point of these children at that point was over. When I say excessive screen time, I'm not totally eradicating or saying take away screens from
What's
your
the
children.
definition of excessive screen
You
time?
can't keep your child on TV for 2 hours, 3
Stretch.
hours stretch. You
Okay.
are literally hampering the child's emotional intelligence. You are affecting the child's real-time connection. The child will not understand emotions. The child will not understand how to interact with their peers. The child will not understand what hurts. The child will not understand how to apologize. You may see your nursery rhyme saying, say sorry, say thank you. They know the words, but they do not know feelings. Now, social learning theory by Bandura, I believe, explains that children learn best by modeling, right? Children learn best by what they see, what you model to them. So it takes real connection, real modeling, real time interactions for our children to really learn, what life has to offer. So you want to teach, character cannot be taught on screen. Character cannot be taught on screen. Values cannot be taught on screen. And these are some of the important things that children should learn early. To learn to say good morning, to learn to say thank you, to learn to say I'm sorry, to learn to say you are welcome. You come to a parent's house this day, you open the door and the child is on an iPad and just open the door and start walking around. What is going on? Can you I'm here, can you put this aside and just say good morning to me? There's a guest in front of you. So our children are now buried in, do you understand me now, in the digital devices because there's no boundary. So I'm not saying total elimination. I'm saying that structure should be put in. Can a child really understand? So when parents understand that structure should be in place when they are using these tools, I think the balance will now be drawn.
Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson, for being very blunt.
Okay.
And now you have answered the question.
Okay.
All right, so you have spoken about balance. It's not like you're totally taking away screen time from these children, but you're regulating it. You're making them understand that, okay, this screen time. You can do your stuff, obviously with parental control in check. And it's like, okay, it's time. You can't be on screen again.
Exactly.
And they do other things. They interact and all. Because I've seen children where you collect their iPad and they will literally throw themselves, throw tantrums,
You see that?
roll on the floor, hit their bodies. I'm like, what is going on here? At some point, with my experience with some children or kids out there, I was like, okay, probably when I have mine, I will completely not give that child screen. What are you using a phone to do or an iPad to do at age 0 to 1? Excuse me, what are you looking for? I can teach you ABCD myself. Let's sing it. I have a good voice.
Yeah.
We'll sing ABC. We'll sing the ABCD for you. I will teach you 1, 2, 3. We'll teach you every other thing. So you don't have to own an iPad for now. Was my thoughts in my head, but that was not my reality. But now understand, and that was because of fear. The fear of, okay, they will build tantrums. They begin to throw themselves on the floor. They would no longer relate. They would start acting like a child that has a mental problem, there's something wrong upstairs and all of that. But then the reality of life is that we cannot totally take away screen time from these children, but we can actually control the screen time. Now, we are still on our topic. AI parenting, powerful, impactful, or problematic. Now, we know that the world is evolving, technology is evolving.
Yeah.
On our last show, we spoke about the smart homes and how technology has really changed the home. You have technologies that will open your curtain and do all of those stuffs. You know, that was in our previous episode. And now, we are still talking about the evolving technology. And we know that this has come to stay. I don't think it will go back. I believe AI has come to stay. It has come to stay. And I believe we have to just settle that in our minds that AI has actually come to stay. AI is with us. AI is not going anywhere, regardless of the fact that you feel, okay, AI is going to take away our jobs. What would our children do when AI take over jobs? What would they be in future? How do they make money? And all of these things. But the truth is that, and we have to register that, AI has come to stay. Now, this is my question. Are Nigerians or African parents ready for AI-based parenting tools? And how can they start? Let's be very real. African parents, Nigerian parents, I remember when internet started. You're getting too close with your laptop. You want to play a game. I was going to mention a game, one of my favorites. You want to play that game with a laptop, and then you just find your mom or your dad coming and you just shut the laptop quietly and pretend you're sleeping. Probably the laptop is your pillow. And, you know, African parent has that mentality. Okay, I don't want you to be with the internet. I don't want you to be with phone. 24/7 phone, and all of this. And they are trying to cut children away from this reality. So do you think African parents are actually ready for AI parenting tools? And if they are, how can they start?
Um, I don't think we are leveraging AI enough right now. And I don't think African parents are already ready or are ready for the advancement that's coming. I think we are still like 10 years behind, in Africa when it comes to using technology and using AI tools. I think we are 10 years behind. And one of the things parents must begin to do is to understand what tool they can begin to leverage, they can begin to take advantage of. You want to begin to enroll your children for clubs, that actually expose these children to technological tools and what is going on in first world countries, right? So we want to begin to expose our children to these things, put them in front of discussions that matter concerning these tools. And a word of advice for parents: if you want your child in the next 10 years to be in front of advancement, you want your child in the next 15, 20 years to be a leading voice, one of the things we want to do is to ensure that we don't keep our children behind the scene. They should be at the forefront of creativity. They should be at the forefront of innovation, and they should begin to explore some of these tools that are available for them. They should begin to learn how to create apps, things that will solve real-time problem. And this is where the world is moving to. A child of 5 years, for instance, in China, 7 years old, building apps,
Yeah,
creating
yeah.
lots of solutions. I think parents nowadays should be aware that these solutions is what the world is tilting towards. AI will not take your job if you know how to leverage AI correctly. Yeah.
Amazing. You've nailed that point. And while I was going through your bio, I saw that you you're good with what's it called? A quick glance. Where are you?
Children with
Neurodiverse
neurodiverse
learning,
learner.
yeah.
Yeah.
Neurodiverse learning. Can you give us an experience, like something that has happened, probably a child with autism, how you leveraged on AI tool to really help this child? Just a practical example.
Um, I've worked with a number of children with special needs, and there are lots of tools we leverage. One of the things I do particularly using, there are tools that help children to interact. Children with autism, for instance, struggle with communication.
Yeah.
One of the major concerns they have is communication, self-expression, and social interactions. So part of the technological tools we use, there are tools online, we use that
Yeah.
helps children to, like speech to text, for instance, help them to communicate, help them to pick items, what they want to do, what interact basically with people around them, right? So we have tons of tools like that are very engaging, gamified. There are tools that helps to build the cognitive skill of children. Inclusive in it is our puzzles, very, very well researched, backed tools, very beautiful apps online that helps our kids. So I leverage these tools a lot, and I've seen how it has helped our children to develop consistency, both in their routines, in communication, and all of those things. So it's been an amazing journey. I still remember a child with ADHD I helped, and one of the tools I used consistently was an app basically that helps in organizing routines, the child's routine. Children with ADHD struggle with organizing themselves. So you see them everywhere. They are always busy. They don't know what to do at what point. They feel overwhelmed when there's a lot to do. So there are tools we use that helps to give some kind of reminders to them, structure their day, they go and mark off what they've done for the day, and all of those things. So basically these are some of the things.
All right. I was discussing with a friend who told me that okay, the child was not really good with maths, and then someone introduced him to one of these AI tools, and he started. That's AI parenting. So he started leveraging on this tool, and his child or his son from D in maths flew down to B, and I was like, oh, amazing. Well, a whole mathematics using this tool, and our audience would really want to know, because there are kids that are already addicted to these things. There are kids that are already attached to their iPad, their phones. They have strong addictions to these things. With your years of experience and all you have been doing, is there something that can be done to these children that are already addicted to their phones, addicted to AI, letting AI think for them, letting AI do everything for them? Is there something that can be done to help them? Children where you collect their iPad from them and they begin to throw tantrums, throw themselves on the floor and all of that. Is it too late for them? Is that all about them? What can actually be done to really help?
Thank you again. It's important for us to understand that, well, it's not too late. Let me start from there. It's not, it's not
Thank
too
you.
late. We don't want to give up on any child. Every
Thank
child
you.
is important. So
Exactly.
it's never too late for you to help your child, but it gets to a point where it's becoming very difficult to solve the problem. So usually children are over dependent when they do not know.
Okay.
You are over, especially, how do I put this now? If you're looking at it as to, you started with talking about maths problem, a child that consistently uses AI tools to solve maths problem. If the AI tool is explaining the maths concepts better for the child will constantly want to use those tools to learn, and which is not a bad thing at all. So if a child is using AI tool to learn, I don't think it's bad. You learn and you're able to apply it, but not use it to solve all your problems. That's where we have a lot of problems. And part of the things we want to do is we want to start with withdrawal, having conversations with children that are older, letting them know that these things are concerning. Let them know some of the downside to what AI, the tools are doing.
Some kids really do not want to hear. Like, Dad, I've heard you, thank you, but and they're still with their phones, especially, okay, let's say children within the age of 3 to 6. They can be very amazing. So at this point, how can you now help this child know that, see, what you are doing is wrong? You are now addicted to the screen, which is wrong. And I mentioned they are very, very amazing at this age range. So how can a parent skillfully help that child?
So I want to understand. Let me just ask you a question before I go in.
Okay.
I want to understand where you're coming from. Are you coming from the standpoint of using tools to learn, or are you coming from the standpoint of screen time addiction that a child has?
I'm coming
watching
from this.
YouTube, watching videos,
Exactly,
going online.
that's where I'm coming from. Going online, watching YouTube, watching videos, constantly on the screen, and they cannot do without being on the screen.
This is where parental responsibility come in. A child of age 3 to 6 is not outside the parental control of any parent, So when a child is between the age of 3 to 6, come on, the parent must be firm enough to. First of all, the parent needs education. The parent needs education. You need to know. Number one, you need to know how to parent. You need to know that parenting. You need to know the downside of what the screen is doing. Many parents do not know. They do not know that this is disastrous. They do not know how it's affecting their child's emotional intelligence, their child's skill. They do not know. So the first step is enlightenment, getting the parents to know. Once the parents are aware, when you know that, for instance, if your child likes jumping, will you allow your child jump off a cliff? What if the child throws tantrums, start crying, I want to jump off this cliff? By all means, will you allow your child to do that?
Certainly not.
Exactly. So since you now are aware that a cliff is dangerous, the same way, if a child is addicted to screen, you want to now start with withdrawal. You know, you take away all these tools and put them away, and then begin to spend quality time with the children. Create alternatives. What else can the child do? You know, when I speak to children that are addicted to other things like drugs or something, I've had such interactions. Part of the things we do is to find substitutes for that. You don't
Oh,
just say take away. When you take away,
you
what
have to
replaces?
replace.
So when you are taking away screen, what do I do with that time? So the problem parents have is that they do not plan what is going to be done within that period. So you want to
Exactly.
now keep. I have children that I teach that are very addicted to screens. When I come to tutor them, you see them, they don't want to leave the screen and have time with Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson is an awesome educator, by the way. So you want to be around me, you want to have fun, but because of screen, they do not want to pay attention to me. The parents go off the screen. And all of a sudden, the child will cry a bit and then come to Mr. Johnson. When we go upstairs to learn, you see the child spending 2 hours, 3 hours with Mr. Johnson, and they've totally forgotten that there's a
There
screen.
was a screen, yeah.
Do you see
Yeah,
that now?
yeah.
So it's not about, it's not difficult. 3 to 6 is not hard to get them, but then what are you going to do with that time? So you want to speak with experts to help you structure your home, structure the time, structure the routine, give you suggestions. Use AI, come on, to get suggestions as to what to do to replace all of these things, basically.
Amazing. We've had an amazing segment, and I didn't tell you about this segment. This is like a rapid fire round. Now, we'll do a very quick one. I'll ask you a question, and it's a yes, no, yes, no, yes, no answer.
No explanations.
No explanations.
Am I going to be in trouble?
I don't know. I don't know if you'll be in trouble. So now let's do a quick fire round. Say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Education.
All right. I don't want you seeing my screen.
I can't see.
AI in discipline, yes or no?
No.
Would you let a robot babysit your child, yes
No.
or no?
No.
AI tool every parent should try.
Khan Academy.
AI tool every parent should try. Every parent should try an AI tool, yes or no?
Yes.
AI parenting in 5 years, is it better or worse?
Bet. Is it going to be better or worse? Can I tell?
Better or worse?
Okay, better.
Tick tock.
Better. It should be better.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
AI is here. AI is here, whether we like it or not. But like every tool, it's how we use it that really, really matters. AI should assist with what and how, but you remain the why of parenting. We've had an exciting moment. We've had an exciting moment with Mr. Johnson. It's been educating, it's been informative, and it's been fun. And thank you very much.
It's a
Thank you for
pleasure.
your time, and
Thank
thank you for this depth of knowledge that you have given to us. Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Exactly. So today's conversation shows the 3 P's of AI parenting, that AI can be practical, even powerful, but we must also be mindful so it doesn't become problematic. And once again, I would always to say thank you to our viewers for being part of this evolving conversation. Next week, yeah, I know you want to hear that. All right. So next week, we'll be exploring smart kitchens and meal tech, from healthy food apps to meal planning gadgets. But until then, keep living smart and loving strong. This is Smart Family Living. And I am Miracle Obi. And this is Smart Family Living, where modern families meet smart solutions. And to our online smart families, please do subscribe, follow us, follow our stories, engage us on these platforms, share your own smart family tips using the hashtag Smart Family Living. Stay smart, stay connected. Thank you for staying with us.